Hello, everybody. Welcome to the A Little Bit More podcast with, once again, Pastor Michael is here joining us. And listen, before we start getting into the depth of a little bit more, we have two icebreaker questions today.
Okay.
One comes from our producer behind the camera. What you got for us, Max?
Yeah, so I heard an interesting question this week. If you could change one rule in any singular sport or sports as a whole, what would it be? Personally, if a review takes over 2 minutes, the call on the field stands.
That's good.
I feel like it kills momentum.
That's fair.
Basketball, football, any sport. I feel like it kills momentum and the crowd isn't as engaged. So
That's good. That's a good rule.
Yeah, if it's not a blatant call or blatant whatever, like if you can't see it right away, then move on with your life.
You got
what are
something
you going to see after 2 minutes that you haven't seen in the first 2 minutes of review?
Mine's gonna be controversial.
Ooh,
So I'm a big baseball guy.
me too.
Okay. It's my number one sport,
Love
followed closely by football. Here's the deal. If you look at batting average right now, there's like maybe 3 or 4 of them that might be up above 300. Okay,
Yeah, they're very
other
low.
than that, it's like 270 to 290.
Yeah.
Pitching is getting ridiculous. Everyone's throwing 99 to 101.
It's really hard.
You got 98 mile an hour sliders. Regardless, we need to bring roids back.
Oh, my word.
We need hitters to roid it up.
Gee,
All right, we need offense back.
you did set that up by
I did say
correctly
it's
saying it's controversial.
It's controversial.
Gee
Listen,
whiz.
let the athletes do what they need to do is be able to hit that dang ball, man. All right,
You're hilarious.
or
Make the ball a little bigger.
well, maybe. It is what it is.
Hey, like wiffle ball, we had those ginormous bats. Remember,
imagine?
you'd have the little yellow sticks, but then you could get the big red honking wiffle ball bats.
Or
that
just
are
let them use
that thick.
metal bats too. One game a year. Let them use. Oh, dude, you kidding
There
me?
you go.
Or
A player gets to pick which game they use a metal bat.
right,
Yeah.
You can't use in the postseason.
That would change the game.
And home run derby. Let's try the metal bats. Just try it.
All right, I got two. One is football. I think it's a very strange rule that if you're running and you fumble the ball at the 1 yard line and it goes
in the back of the end zone.
yeah, it's a touchback for the other team. Like,
Sure.
why wouldn't they
Side
just,
of the end zone.
yeah, the side, out the side? Why wouldn't
yeah.
it just give you the ball back at the one? That doesn't make sense to me. The other one, this was as a golfer. This is an actual golf rule. If you hit your ball in a divot mark in the fairway, you have to play as it lies instead of getting a free drop.
I didn't know that.
That's a real rule. So like PGA Tour, you could pipe one right down the middle.
But if it's stuck,
and if you're
it's
in a
there,
divot, you play it.
you got to just
so you're
You
penalized.
got to get
for
that
hitting-
thing out of there.
for somebody else not replacing their divot. I've always like, all right, that's a weird rule.
Stupid.
So that's an easy one to fix. Okay, well listen, we love sports. We love talking sports. We could probably do a whole podcast just on sports.
100%.
But that's not what this is.
That's right.
I got icebreaker. It has to do with what you preached on
Okay.
Sunday.
All right.
Okay, so we learned
Okay.
about taming the tongue. We learned about the bit, small little bit, horses,
Yep.
turning them, a rudder on a big ship, turning it.
Yep.
If you had the opportunity to spend 1 week on a horse, out in the West, a dude ranch or something, or you had this opportunity to spend 1 week on a ship, like a cruise or something, where would you go?
Okay.
Ship or a horse?
So, okay, let me just ask clarifying questions. The ship, I can do a. This is a cruise,
Sure.
like a
That's a ship.
nice cruise.
Yeah.
Or I'm on a horse out in a range somewhere.
Some people like that dude ranch stuff.
Okay, so every part of me wants to pick the ranch. Every part of my personality.
Except,
But the reality is, I've had multiple back surgeries. I'm not allowed to be on a horse
oh, that's true.
because the impact. You know what I mean?
But you
So-
like the adventurous, manly side of dude
I would
ranch.
love it, dude. Oh my gosh, I would thrive. And I don't want to be stuck on water. That's terrifying. I think it's stupid to spend your money on a cruise.
Have you ever
Sorry
been on
for-
a good cruise?
I refuse to do it.
Well, that's why you're missing out, bro.
I don't know about it. So in this scenario, because my back and health, you know what? No, this is all hypothetical. I would pick the dude ranch because I don't have back issues.
Okay. Now we know. That's what I was thinking about here with this question is horses or boats. For me, 1,000% a boat. I don't trust horses. I don't trust animals.
You don't like dogs either, though.
The dogs are the worst. The only thing worse than dogs are cats.
It's crazy. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's for sure.
So horses, though, you don't trust them because they're bigger than you.
They're huge.
So I've known a horse. Some nice old lady was feeding a horse an apple. It bit her finger off. You don't trust that. So that's why you go with the cruise.
All right. The more you know.
The more you know. Now
more
you
you
know.
know.
You can listen. Cruises, you just do whatever you want. Look at the scenery. Eat a buffet 3 times a day.
I've seen Titanic.
In between,
You're traveling.
ice cream.
Like your travel time is part of the vacation.
Oh, Michael, you're missing out, bro.
I've seen Titanic.
That's not.
That's
That
way
is-
back then.
I mean, gee whiz.
It's all right, guys.
All right. Well, you were. It was a question. You're allowed to answer however you
Yeah,
want, even
true.
if you're wrong.
It's true.
Okay, so just kidding. All right, so a little bit more. You were able to walk us through the whole chapter, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And but I'm sure in planning all this and preaching, you weren't able to get to all you wanted to get to. What else? What else can you give us here? What's a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, James. Here's a cool part about James. Is for one, I didn't mention this yesterday, but the core part about James is that it was there. A lot of historians and scholars tell us that it almost didn't make it in the book of the Bible. Like it almost did not make it in there, based on the fact that there's no actual gospel presentation in it. There's not. It's just all practical.
There's a lot of
living
practical living
based
Yeah.
on your life with Jesus. So,
Which, ironically enough, is interesting because it's a lot of people's favorite books. Or
Yeah,
books that
right.
they say, hey, this is the one I go to a lot
Yeah.
because it's so life-changing, challenging.
oh my gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's one of my favorite books too, just because one, the simplicity behind it, but just the incredible imagery throughout the whole, chap. Like it's so good, right? Like be doers of the word, not just hearers of the word, right? And then don't look in the mirror and then realize, you forget who you are after you look in it based on your walk with the Lord.
And
right?
this whole thing we talk about Sunday with the tongue, like, dude, how practical is that?
right, yeah,
Every day of your life.
Yeah, it's so good. And so, yeah, James preaches itself, honestly. It's the one book in the Bible that you can just read the passages and just say, here, that's what it is. Like that's, who is wise and understanding among you? Well, it's a guy who shows it by deeds done in humility. That's a sermon. You know what I mean? And so really there's nothing I didn't technically get to. But it's just a good reminder for us today. Like, this world's going to tell you to boast about, what you can get out of this world and boast about yourself, boast about everything this world offers, where Jesus tells you to be the opposite, right? He tells you to be meek. He tells you to ask for wisdom that comes from above, not this earthly wisdom. And the earthly wisdom tells you to boast, where the heavenly wisdom tells you, hey, you let your wisdom show by deeds done in humility, by the meekness done in that. And you see, like, blessed are the meek, right? And the Sermon on the Mount. There's so many examples of that in the scriptures. But as you walk with the Lord, like, understand that it should be peace loving, it should be considerate, it should be submissive. All these things that James lists, rather than selfish. Everything is selfish, and you find yourself in evil practice. And I don't know. It's just really, really good to come from that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more for me. Like I was reading my daily reading, going through this reading plan, which is awesome. And I was reading through James 3, and I'm preparing to do a wedding sermon. I don't do a ton of weddings. It's not like my favorite thing to do. I don't like being up in front of people talking. But as I was preparing for the little message I'm giving in the ceremony, is when I was reading through James 3, the second part of it, which is talking about wisdom. And when you go to a wedding, a lot of times you hear the love chapter, love is patient, love is kind, which is all 100% accurate, 100% true. That's normally what you hear at a wedding. But I was like, goodness gracious, you know what is really, really relevant right here? The end of James 3. Well, think about this in relationship to a relationship or a marriage.
Yeah.
Wisdom that comes from heaven is, first of all, pure. Then it is peace-loving. You need that in a marriage. Considerate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Submissive. Yep. Full of mercy and good spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Impartial and sincere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, we almost need to recognize the importance of wisdom in a marriage relationship,
Right.
as much as love.
Right.
And I was talking to Pastor Kevin. He was saying, like, his exact quote was, let's see, love and wisdom are impossible without humility. I was like, dang, that's good. So you think about that in relationship to a marriage or friendship relationships. Where does humility come into all that?
Right.
And that's like what this whole book of James is talking about. Like, hey, like, how can we put that through the lens of our daily walk? How can I be humble today?
Yeah. Honestly,
How do I
yeah,
put other
yeah.
people in front of myself?
Right.
How do I elevate Jesus first, others second, myself
Right.
last?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's that. I mean, talk about, you can really get lost in the weeds, and other stuff you can just keep really simple. That's a pretty easy thing to think about on a daily basis. How, like,
Yeah.
Lord, help me, less of me, so I can increase more of you in my life, Jesus.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's the whole Philippians 2 mindset too, right? Yeah, it's the humility piece is such a strong word in the scriptures that sometimes it can be overlooked. You know what I mean? We hear it once and we think we know everything about it, but it's repeated over and over and over and over again by not only Jesus but his disciples and everybody else. And so it's the same thing with this book. James talks about it so many times, and honestly, God's aim for us is that we always get more of him. And in order to get more of him, we need to be in step with the Spirit. And if you're in step with the Spirit, then the fruit of the Spirit plays out in your lives. And it's peaceful, and it's considerate, it's loving, it's gentle, it's kindness, it's meekness. And so a lot of the times there's men in my life that I look up to who are, man, they're slow to speak and quick to listen. And, but when they do speak, you listen.
Yeah.
Right. And, and the meekness that they display is something that I admire, that I wish I hope to obtain one day. And so, those are the God-fearing humility people in my life, humble people in my life that I wish and I pray that at some point I can get to that. Now, everyone's personalities are different.
Oh,
right?
sure.
But,
Yep.
Anyways,
But we can all be humble.
oh yeah. Well, especially in a marriage.
Yeah.
Right? Like marriage is beautiful. It's hard. But it's such an incredible gift from the Lord.
Yeah.
And if you're not humble in that, and you see what's going to turn
So
into.
put your spouse first today, and then tomorrow, do it again.
Yeah.
Next day,
Yeah.
do it again.
Do it again.
You'll be on a pretty good streak there.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Hey, thanks for a little bit more. Thanks for sharing this first part of the series with us. Pastor Kevin's continuing the Rooted series next week.
Yep.
And he's going to continue that for a couple more weeks.
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
And then before we know it, we got Good Friday and Easter right around the corner.
It's coming around the corner.
greatest
Yeah.
party weeks of the year.
Yeah.
When we celebrate Easter Sunday, man, it's awesome. But we got to go through Good Friday first. Remember the great sacrifice of Jesus, and really pause and reflect and remember upon that. And then speaking of humility, boom,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
So
Yep. Yeah.
anyway.
It's been my honor. I love this, and the church has been so just gracious and welcoming. And my teaching and.
I love when you preach and teach, man. You're blessed by the Lord to do it. So keep it up.
You're the man.
Rock on. See y'all later. Have a good week. We'll catch you next week for a little bit more.